Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In light of Season 3's first part releasing with Gauntlet Railway and some very impactful gameplay changes happening to vehicles, and of course the 2026 roadmap showing us what is to come with Battlefield 6, I wanted to ask you guys a question in this video. In your eyes, is Battlefield 6 on track to be a great Battlefield title? Doesn't have to be the greatest ever, doesn't have to surpass, GOAT status, but is the game on track in your eyes to be a great Battlefield, and how long is it going to take to reach that status for you? I'm going to give you my rundown of this question and topic in this video, so without further ado, join the conversation. Be sure to comment down below everything you think, hit the like button, and be sure to check if you're subscribed. Over 50% of people that watch my channel are not subscribed, so you might love the videos, but you just don't know you're not actually subbed. So do me a favor and check, and of course, check out my second channel where I talk about one of my favorite hobbies, and all of my YouTube content is now also simultaneously being posted on Spotify. All links will be in the description and the pinned comment. I guess I'll just start out this video by answering my own question and then extrapolating on it, right? Is Battlefield 6 on track to be great? I'm very inclined to answer maybe, leaning towards yes. At this current moment in time, good things are happening in the realm of Battlefield. That fact in my eyes is undeniable, even if some of the content like Gauntlet Railway isn't my personal favorite thing ever. The 2026 roadmap instills great confidence in the future content cycle of the game. First of all, we're getting faster seasons, so there's less downtime between content drops. Super important things are being added to the game, like the server browser, spectator mode, larger maps, naval warfare, all that sort of stuff. And then Season 3 specifically chops away at some major gameplay issues, and that is what really, really matters. You have to have both. You have to have great content consistency alongside consistent gameplay improvement. And I think Season 3 potentially symbolizes the start of this consistent event. The biggest thing so far in Season 3 is the fact that the vehicle gameplay, in my opinion, is significantly improved. At least the land vehicle gameplay. I have yet to really sink my teeth in the air vehicle gameplay. But before Season 3, I refused to even play in vehicles because of just the absolute state of them. The balance was super bad. Now, it feels pretty damn good. And on top of that, I would also say that in Season 3, in my personal opinion, audio is slightly improved. I do feel like I'm reacting to footsteps and audio cues a little bit more as a result of some of the audio changes in the Season 3 update. However, more changes are definitely welcome. And we also have to keep in mind that this is only the first part of Season 3. We're getting good stuff in June. I believe the second part in Season 3 is June 9th, and then the third part is June 30th. These aren't just fancy dates. We're going to be getting updates alongside with any content that comes out. But one thing that's really important to point out, we don't necessarily know the content of these updates. We don't know what these updates are trying to address. We don't know how impactful they're going to be. And you absolutely need consistent, impactful gameplay updates if you want to drag BF6 up to the status of some previous titles. So that raises the question, how long will it actually take Battlefield 6 to reach an extremely solid status contingent on DICE delivering these consistent gameplay improvements? This question and hypothetical discussion here is really contingent on DICE also having the correct focus for these updates. So we're assuming a lot here, but let's just assume DICE stays locked in and maintains really solid update focus moving forward. Things like TTK audio, visibility, that sort of stuff. I've said on the channel multiple times, I think Battlefield 6 can be a really good game in very, very few updates. I'm talking about probably about 5 to 6 updates, but me just saying 5 to 6 updates doesn't really put that into a timeline. It doesn't put it into perspective. It is true, Battlefield 6 in its current state is far from the worst condition Battlefield title ever released. However, due to their update cycle and due to the severity of some of these underlying issues, it is still going to take DICE a bare minimum of 6 to 8 months of consistently hyper-focused, impactful gameplay updates to catapult Battlefield 6 into the greatness conversation. Many remaining issues in Battlefield 6 are far more complex to fix than it might seem, And just based on Battlefield 6's update cycle, a lot of these really impactful updates are going to come at the beginning of seasons, which means, of course, it's going to be few and far between. And I think this is where some people sort of lose sight of just how deep-rooted some of Battlefield 6's true issues really are. When you're talking about, let's just say they go for a time to kill adjustment, okay? People just say, oh, just remove 3 bullets to kill. You can't do that. Battlefield 6 is so intricately balanced, and all of the weapons are balanced against each other, that if you move around even one weapon, you actually have to rebalance the entire arsenal of the entire game. You would have to rewrite every single damage model of every single weapon. So if you were hoping for a time to kill adjustment, that is probably going to be a one-time thing in Battlefield 6's history, if they ever even decide to do it. Then when it comes to things like visibility, that's also kind of a complex issue, but hopefully I'm proven wrong with this. I don't really see how they easily fix visibility in this game without sticking gigantic nameplates over people's heads, which I don't think would go over very well with the player base. I think they're trying to do something with the soldier visibility filter, but they also kind of have to be careful with that, because if they go too overboard with the soldier visibility filter, people are just going to be running around with some crazy lighting effect on them, and then players are going to complain that everyone looks like they're being illuminated by some god ray, and it isn't realistic. And then maybe the trickiest issue of all is the gunplay. Any direction DICE moves with the gunplay is just flipping a coin. If DICE goes ahead and agrees with some complaints that the gunplay is too accurate, and they go ahead and increase spread, that could piss the entire player base off. And then all of that work they did to the gunplay will be for naught, because people will just ask them to revert it. So all of these issues moving forward with Battlefield 6 are very delicate and very complicated to address. Of course, this is where Battlefield Labs is supposed to come in, and we hear the developers constantly in these community updates, in any sort of public comment on Twitter or Reddit. They constantly repeat the word iterate, test. We're iterating. We're testing this. And this is why, in part, I think it's going to take a bare minimum of 6 to 8 months for Battlefield 6 to be catapulted into the potential greatness category when it comes to Battlefield games, because they are taking their sweet time with some of these issues, but I think they're making that choice consciously. And when it comes to what we can do as players, there's pretty much nothing. I think in the end, if they are consciously taking more time to basically figure out what they're going to do with Battlefield 6's future, and it ends up paying off, then fuck it. Like, fine. But of course, as with all things, this stuff is all contingent on DICE consistently delivering and not doing something, well, insane with an update, wasting time, wasting a potential update that could have been impactful when it comes to improving the gameplay. When issues as clear-cut and obvious as Manhattan Bridge's rooftops being annoying as fuck, and them needing to be basically made out of bounds, take 7 months to be added to the game, that doesn't necessarily instill a lot of confidence. But then on the flip side, they turn around and release the 2026 roadmap, and they give the community basically exactly what they were asking for. So it's all a very slippery slope with them, isn't it? You know, they do one thing, then they do another thing. They're constantly playing with your emotions. Can we trust them? Can we not trust them? Honestly, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. But I'm going to end this video off here, guys. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, many more to comment. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the sub button, swing by a stream. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/enders and this YouTube channel. Check out my second channel, and all YouTube content is on Spotify for you guys. Just another platform for you guys to watch my content, another choice. All of the info will be in the description alongside the Discord if you want to join that. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, and maybe a future stream where I'm losing my mind playing this game.